Good morning, Saints. Happy Sunday, and welcome to your Sunday sermon with Big Mama Tarot, where we get some collective messages from Spirit for the week. So let's go ahead and pray ourselves in. To our divine creator, the benevolent spirits, the ancient ancestors, to those that just want to see us reach our highest good, I thank you for bringing all of the saints together today to get this message from you, Spirit. I thank you for the message, and I thank you for every person that's tuned in, and I pray that this message is something good that will bless those that came to listen. Amen. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So for today's reading, I'm introducing a new deck to y'all. It's still a little new to me. I've had this deck for a long time, but I don't use it very often. It is the Oracle of the Black Doves of Africa. And you see I read the small text because I don't know how to pronounce that word, and I just would rather not butcher it. The Sibyls. I'm going to go with Sibyls Oraculum. I still said it after I said I wasn't going to say it, but it's okay. We're just going to get into the cards. So with my Sunday sermons, I like to pre-shuffle and meditate on my cards. Other readings, I'll do live shuffles on camera, but with my Sunday sermons, I like to shuffle beforehand and meditate on what Spirit wants me to say. So I used this deck to get the overall energy for the reading, just one card from this deck. And then from my Hoodoo Tarot, I pulled 4 cards, and then we're going to get into our other decks as we go into the reading. So I meant to Google this word before I started the reading, but our overall energy for the week, if I had to guess how to say it, based on the first word, it's Ovaricia. I don't know. I can't pronounce this word, but hopefully you could see it. Avaricia. Yes. So the little subtext says, a nude soul is the best adorned. Key symbol, smashed vessel, represents haste to acquire something and or greed. So let's get into this. I'm not going to read all of this, but I am going to read this up here because when I read this, I was like, wow. So if you get avaricia in a reading, it's a warning that you might be seeking more than what is necessary to be satisfied. You are advised to align with what is most important to you and make sure your beliefs, ways, and actions reflect that. This card may also be warning you against imposing your principles or standards on someone else. Respect the fact that their needs may be different from yours. Woo Jesus. That one kind of hit me. Because the song that popped into my head, and this is an old gospel song, it goes, you better sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. So the energy that I'm getting from this, it's two energies that kind of coincide. The first is that you got to stop looking at other people to figure out what you want to do. And I know that it's important to get inspiration from other people, and we can be inspired by those around us. But we have to keep in mind that if something isn't for me, I have to be able to recognize and acknowledge that this is not for me. So like, you may want to be a millionaire, let's say, and you have a good friend or somebody that you admire, that you look up to, that is also a millionaire, but the way they got to their million is not what you want to do. They went through corporate America, they climbed the corporate ladder, and they're a millionaire. And that's their journey, but you know you don't want to be in corporate America. So you have to stop looking. That's when you have to say, okay, their journey was an inspiration to me up to this point. So I know I don't want to be in corporate America. What do I need to do to get what I want? And then another thing to think about in that aspect is that just because they wanted it and they're happy with that doesn't mean that you have to want that, and that is what's going to make you happy. You might be looking and being like, okay, this person is a millionaire and they're happy because they're a millionaire. So if I become a millionaire, then I'll be happy. But that's not always necessarily the case. We have to learn to go within and find what really drives us, find what makes us happy, and stop trying to fit into everybody's boxes. I think society does a good job of marketing like you have to get a good job, you have to go to college, you have to have your nuclear family, you have to have 2 kids, a white picket fence, and a dog. Like, we have this, I don't even know how to describe what I'm thinking right now, but this like almost like a societal goal of I have to have a family, I have to have a good stable job, I have to have all this. But some people like me do not want to have a 9 to 5 punch in the clock job every day. There are some things that I do like about going to work every day, but like I just know at this point that any kind of I have to go to this building, this office, this place and work under somebody and be micromanaged all day, I know that's not for me. I know that's not what I want. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is that I want and what will fill me up and make me happy. And that might be $1 million in my bank account, but how am I going to get there? You know? And you might find that there are some very conventional things that you like. Like, I know that I want to have a family. I know I want a husband and kids. But that's not for everybody. Some women want to not have children and don't ever want to be married. Some people are not able to even have kids in the first place. So you have to stop leaning so much on what everybody says you're supposed to do and figure out exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, that was the first side of that coin. We still have to get to the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin, which I think is more important, this card may also be a warning. This card may also be warning you against imposing your principles or standards on someone else. Respect the fact that their needs may be different from yours. That's where that sweep around your own front door song comes back into play. Because a lot of times, and I know I'm guilty of this, we judge other people based on them wanting certain things or not wanting certain things. Like, you might be judging somebody because they have 3 kids and no job and live home and, you know, don't work and use up their food stamps. Like, if they're happy living that life, then let them be happy living that life. But if you want something else, I won't even say more than what they have, because that might be everything to them. That is, you know, everything that they need and want. But your needs and your wants are different, and that's fair. But you have to respect that everybody's wants and needs in this life are different. So, with that being said, let's focus on us. Let's take the focus off of everybody else, because I think that is the biggest blocker. One of the biggest blockers of blessings is comparing your journey to other people's journey. You have to really think about what it is that you want. I done said it plenty of times. Stop thinking about looking good to other people and checking all the boxes so that you look good to everybody else outside of you. Because you may have checked all those boxes, but you get home and you lay down in your bed at night and you feel so empty inside because you have everything that you're supposed to have, but you don't have nothing that you really truly want in this life. So I feel like the people that follow me are going to be my younger girlies. I'm only 25 and I'm realizing how young 25 truly is. I feel like I'm still a child. I honestly am still a child. I feel like adulthood don't really start till you in your 40s. I feel like I'm still a child. Anyway, moral of the story is, I feel like we are at this stage of life and at this stage in society where we're seeing like, okay, we don't have to go with the grain. We don't have to go with everybody else's flow. There are so many rivers and streams in this world. Get in your own river and go where you want to go. Stop trying to follow everybody else's flow. So let's get into our tarot. We have, y'all heard that rhyme. I know you heard it. So with our tarot, we have the Son of Coins, aka the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Sticks, aka Wands, Daughter of Sticks, aka Page of Wands, and the 10 of Baskets, aka Cups. So we have almost all the elements here. We have a little fire, we have a little earth, we have a little water, and you need all of the elements to be able to progress towards your goals, progress towards your dreams, because the dreams, that's the water. This is what we're trying to work towards. Our 10 of Cups, our wish fulfillment, our happy, lovely family. But it starts with this Son of Baskets. It starts with the Knight of Pentacles. It starts with getting practical about what it is that you want. We've talked about this Son of Pentacles card in last week's Sunday sermon, but this Son of Pentacles, he has his book. He's looking at his, well, this is the astrology wheel, but I believe this is an almanac that he's looking at. Like, he is really doing the research. He's figuring out, and this is us. This is us figuring out, okay, this is what I need, this is what I don't need. It's time to get practical. And as much as I hate being a responsible adult, and I would love to just be fun adult and do whatever I want to do, there are still things that we have to do to be practical. We can have fun. We can do what we want to do, but at the end of the day, the bills still got to get paid. The lights got to stay on, baby. Bacon got to be on the table. We got to bring home the bacon. So we have to get practical, figure out what it is that we need beyond just what we want, beyond all that other stuff. What do we need at our core? What do we need to be happy and fulfilled? Start here. Start with your needs. Think about it, meditate on it, and that's when the creativity, the new ideas, the the new like spice for life will come in. Once you block out all of the unnecessary, once you get past like the thinking about, okay, let me reframe that sentence. Once we get past doing everything for everybody else, and not even for everybody else, but for appearances. Once we stop doing everything because we feel like we have to and do the things that we need to do for us and nobody else, that's when the creativity starts to flow, and that's when we start getting new ideas. That's when we get this energy that the Page of Wands gives us. That's when we have this newfound spice for life, and we can really start pushing towards our 10 of Cups. We have to get out of this mindset of, okay, let me be well, I think, okay, this is kind of what I meant when I said be practical. A lot of times we choose practicality to save face. I did not want to go to college. I didn't. And I was always good at school because I had to be to, leave my situation and things like that. But I did not want to go to college. But I did it because I knew that the career path that I wanted to take at the time I had to go to college to do what I wanted to do. But now that I'm in that career, now that I'm in my career, or in the career that I'm currently on, this current career path, I'm realizing like, this is not what I expected. This is not really what I wanted. So now I'm 25, which like, I'm not old by any means. I'm so excited for all of the life I have ahead of me, but I'm 25 and I'm just like, okay, I've been living in survival mode my whole life, really. I've been living trying to please people, trying to just do what I knew I needed to do to get by. Now that I done got by, I'm ready to start thriving. I'm ready to stop living in survival mode and start living in thrival mode and start living my best life. So what do I need to do to get there? So starting with, what do I need? Not even what do I need to do to get here. Simply, what do I need? What do I need in my life? Cut out all of the unnecessary stuff. Just get down to the basics. And that's when all the heat, that's when all the fire, that's when all the creativity and the passion is going to start flooding in. So there's that. Also, this kind of ties it together. I usually do pull from my Spirit Junkie deck, and I shuffle my cards so that I can, I like shuffle them before I shuffle on camera. I get them ready for my shuffle. I pre-shuffle, Anyway, in my pre-shuffle, before I pulled the cards for the reading, I pulled this card, or this card flew out the deck, and I was like, you know what? This card wants to be seen. This card wants to be heard. So it says, all that I need is coming to me in ways that I could have never imagined. And when that card came out after I had shuffled the tarot for the reading today. And I was just like, wow, this is absolutely perfect, because once you're able to cut out all the stuff that you don't need, once you get down to the nitty gritty and be like, this is what I need. These are the ways that it's coming, in ways that you couldn't imagine. The creativity just sparks, and you are just like, oh, I have all these ideas. I know what to do now. I got it. But the thing is, you got to stick with it. You can't just let the ideas come and let them go. You have to let the ideas come and let that fuel keep you moving until you get to that 10 of Cups. You can't just say, okay, I got the ideas and just let the ideas sit. And that's one thing that I struggle with a lot as an ADHD girly, letting the ideas just come and then they're gone in an instant. Because with ADHD, the thoughts come and go in an instant. So I'm learning to just cut out all the, like, one thing I'm realizing is that I need to not be on social media. That's one of my needs. So once I started cutting out social media, it was a lot easier for me to let the ideas flow and actually remember the ideas, because a lot of times I'll get an inspiration while I'm scrolling on like TikTok or something, and then I'll scroll to the next TikTok and suddenly I have forgotten what I was thinking before. So cutting out distractions, cutting out unnecessary, and just focusing on what you need so that you can get by. Sometimes we gotta not have as much fun. The son of coins, he thinks he's having a great time, but it's not necessarily that fun. So sometimes we have to do things that aren't the most fun to have fun later. You know what I'm saying? And our last spirit junkie card. The more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. So we gonna shine. We gonna have our 10 of cups. We are going to get there. But we have to honor our inner light by figuring out exactly what it is that we need and cutting out all that unnecessary stuff, because all that unnecessary stuff is dimming us. It is keeping us from being where we want to be, being where we need to be. Yeah, I think that, like, honestly, yes, all the unnecessary stuff, that's clouds. We are the sun, we are the light, but all of this unnecessary mess is just clouding us up. I didn't even realize that these two cards are the sun and the moon. Isn't that cute? But anyway, y'all probably couldn't even really see the sun and moon. I'll be throwing up the cards like, y'all can see. No, you can't. Anyway, yes. So all that unnecessary BS, that's just clouds, and it's blocking your light. You have to clear out those clouds, clear out the storms, and allow your light to shine. I'm sorry, my brain kind of got stuck for a second. So all these cards came out. I don't want to take all these cards. I'm gonna shuffle again. Sorry. So yeah, we're going to shuffle our Moonology cards. I think I'll just take the one. So it says, meditate and contemplate. And I think these two cards kind of go together. We need to meditate and contemplate about the things that we really, truly need. Because a lot of times we think we need something that we don't need. We be thinking we need stuff, but we don't need it. Like, I was talking to my friend yesterday about how you go into Ross. This is so random, I know. But you go into Ross and you realize, oh, look at all these things that I didn't realize I needed in Ross. When you know you don't need all that stuff. You know you don't need all that stuff. So take a step back and really think, do I really, really, really need this? Do I really need this? I am the type of person, I love throwing things away. I grew up in a very cluttered household. We, kept a lot of things that we probably didn't need. But yeah, I love throwing stuff away. I love being like, I don't use this. I haven't used this in X amount of time. I'm throwing it away. So yeah, I'm the queen. As I say this, we have two queens come out, but I'm the queen of throwing stuff away. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. If they would let me pick them up, girl, dang. So we'll just leave it here. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. It's time for us to step into our queenly energy. Okay, it's time for us to step out of trying to do things for others, trying to impress other people, and be queens for ourselves. Queens, they rule. They rule over kingdoms and things like that. But I personally am the queen of me, and I don't need to, I don't want to be, well, no, let me actually backtrack. I'm trying to process this information, process these cards. So with these queens, I feel like becoming the queen within will help you to be the queen without that you want to be. Not without, but like outside of yourself. So we all want to be a queen, and we want, well, I don't know about y'all, but I want to have influence. I want to have, why y'all think my name is Big Mama Tarot? Like, I want to be that big mama energy of like the matriarch of the family. I feel like I have matriarchal energy deep within me. But the thing is, I have to learn to be the queen of my emotions and of my passions and of my fire before I can inspire other people. I feel like, yes, I feel like that's exactly how I feel. So I'm learning to master my emotions. I'm learning to master my fire because I'm a hothead, and I'm learning to master my fire. I'm learning to master this passion within me. And once you learn to master that queen energy inside of you, then the queen energy will exude from you. You can't just put on, like, people love to front and flex, but like, it's really deep. You gotta pull that stuff from within you. You can't just become a queen. Well, I mean, yes, you can, but you can't just say I'm a queen. You have to actually be that. You have to embody that energy deep within you if you want to exude that energy, if you want to get to this 10 of Cups. But you have to really think. You have to go back. You have to meditate and contemplate and get real practical about what it is that you really need. Queens build, well, I don't want to say queens live in excess, because they worked for what they have and they want it. That's what they want. So you have to think about what it is that you want. Build your kingdom, but don't build your kingdom in excess. Build your kingdom from what you need. And if you need, I'm trying to think of something extravagant. If you need, like, okay, here's a good example. Lavishly Jackie. I love Jackie Ina, and I love Lavishly Jackie because, if you need a washing machine that looks, not a washing machine, a dishwasher that blends in with your cabinets, if you need a sink in your bedroom so that you can make tea without leaving out of your room, if you need a steamer for your sheets on your bed, you can have that. That's fine. If that's what you need, then you get there. But you gotta build to that shit. You can't just say, or you can't be like, oh, Jackie Ina steams her bed, so I have to steam my bed. No, girl, you gotta get practical about what it is that you need and start building your own stuff and stop worrying about what everybody else got going on. You gotta build what you want for you, babe. So I think I'm gonna leave it there, because if I keep going, I'm gonna keep rambling and I'm gonna keep getting to every topic but what we're supposed to be talking about. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, y'all. So, more of the story for today. Don't worry about what everybody else got going on. I don't know if it's a Bible verse or if it's like a parable, whatever. I don't know. But don't be looking at the speck in somebody else's eye when you got a whole stick sticking out of your eye. You be so worried about somebody, oh, you have a little dust in your eye, you got a little something in your eyeball, but you got a wand, you got a whole a whole sword sticking out of your eye, babe. Don't worry about what people got going on. Worry about what you got going on. Build your empire. Build your kingdom. And whoever wants to, wait, what's the word I'm thinking of? Your influence. So build your empire, build your kingdom, and let your influence come from within. Don't be trying to flex for the gram and do things because you think you're supposed to be doing them. That leads to misery. You have to do what you want for you. Make your life what you want it to be. And don't worry about what everybody else got going on, babes. Okay? All right, saints. I hope you got a good message from our reading for today. Drop a sun emoji, because we are shining. We are queens and we are shining kings. And a king can be a queen. We balance our energies. We know all about duality here. We balance our masculine and our feminine. So we are all queens and kings on this channel. I'm a king and a queen. I'm everything I want to be. Okay, I'm rambling like I said I wasn't going to do. So drop your sun emoji in the comments below. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, because you know you enjoyed our message today. I feel like it was a little jumbled. I feel like my brain was a little all over the place. But we still got to the message. Did we not? Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next Sunday and probably before that, because you know I'm going to come with a little message during the week. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles. Amen.